Hey, what's up guys, how's it going? Welcome again to the blog series that I call Build Your Own Blog. In the previous video, we have set up MDX databases. Also, we have made our homepage static. So in today's video, our goal is to generate static blog pages. But before we get started, please consider like this video and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get started. So this is where we had left off from the previous video, and now we need to create our dynamic route. So let's go to the pages directory, and inside the pages directory we need to create another directory. I will call it blogs, not blogs, blog. Now, like I've told you, in the pages directory, whatever file you create, whatever JavaScript file you create will be treated as a route, and if you create a directory, that will also be treated as route. If I create a file inside the blog directory, mdx.js, and then the route will be /blog/mdx, okay? But we want a dynamic route, so we need to create a file, and the file name will be a little bit different. We need to wrap the file name by a square bracket, and the file name will be slug, and then the extension JSX. Now this part, the actual file name, will act like a placeholder in our dynamic route. For example, if you visit /blog/ESLint, then the slug will be equals to ESLint. If you visit /blog/JavaScript, then slug will be equals to JavaScript. Whatever you pass after the /blog, our slug will be equals to that. I hope that makes sense. So let's open that file, and I will close these files for now. So let's create a component. I will call it blog page, and now we need to export the get static props function. So export const get static props async, and we also have to export another function which is called get static paths. So export const get static, not props, paths. It will be async. Now, what is this get static paths function? Now, like I've told you, this will be a static page. So Next.js needs to know at the build time what are the possible values of slug so that it can create the static routes and the static pages. So again, we have to import the ConnectDB and the blog model. So import ConnectDB from Mongo's/ConnectDB, and again import blog from Mongo's/models/blog. So let's go to the get static paths function, and let's connect our database. And we need to get all of the slugs from our database. So const slugs await, then blog.find. Again, we have to pass a filter object, but we don't want to filter anything, so this will be empty. And we need to give a projection. We only want the slug field, so I'm gonna pass a string slug. This will only give me an array of object with a slug field. And now we need to create an array of paths. So const paths. The paths array will be an array of object. The object structure will be like this. So we will have an array, and inside the array we will have an object, and inside the object we will have a params object, and inside the object we need to add a key, and the key will be the file name, which is slug, and we have to give the value, for example JavaScript. So this will tell Next.js to create a path for /blog/JavaScript, nothing else. So I will just delete this. So we need to loop over the slugs. So slugs.map. So item will be the first parameter, and we're gonna return an object, again params, which will be an object, and the slug will be item.slug. And finally, we're gonna return an object which will have paths, and fallback will be false. So let's test it out, but before that we need to return something from the getStaticProps function. So return props will be an empty object, and now we can test it out. So let's go to the browser, and if I click this blog, it should not give me 404 page. It is showing me the 404 page. I don't know why. Okay, so it has taken me to the /blogs route, but I have created the directory in the pages directory blog, so that's why it wasn't working. I've made that mistake in the previous video. So let's just go to the components, let's go to the blog, and let's go to blog preview card, and let's just change this link variable from /blogs to /blog. And let's go to again localhost 3000, and now let's click on this blog card. Alright, so it is not showing me the 404 page, it is just saying blog page because we haven't rendered anything but that text, and it is a static route. So let's test it. I will just pass an invalid route. So let's see if it works. It should give me the 404 page. Alright, so it has given me the 404 page, so that was totally expected. So that is working fine. I'll close this file, blog preview card. And now we need to fetch the blog data using the slug in the getStaticProps function. I will copy this line and now paste it here. The getStaticProps function takes a parameter. Actually, it takes two parameters, a request and response. So I'm gonna destructure the request object. It has a params object, and from the params I will destructure the slug. So let's get the blog from database. Const result await blog.find1, and this time we're gonna use the filter object. We're gonna find a blog which matches with our slug, so I will just pass slug. We need to add projection, so I'm gonna create a variable const project. This time I want to exclude the _id, and then we don't want the __v, and I will pass the project object. And now let's destructure the result. Const I'll get the result, and we need to call the to object to convert it to normal JavaScript object. And I'm gonna destructure the content, the created at, and I will get the rest of the blog data. So let's console log the content, and on the terminal we have the content printed out. Now we need to take this blog content and convert it to HTML, because you cannot render markdown in the browser screen. You have to convert it to HTML, and for that we're gonna use a package called Next.js remote. So I will kill the server, and let's just type yarn add next-mdx-remote. So let's install it. Alright, so the MDX remote package is installed. Let's run the dev server again. I need to import two things. I need to import a function and a component. So import serialize function from next mdx remote /serialize, and again I will import mdx remote component from next mdx remote. So let's go to the getStaticProps, and we need to serialize the content. So I will create a variable MDX source and await. Oops, I keep misspelling it. And we need to call the serialize function. Just pass the content. And let's fix the created at, which is just a date object, and we need to convert it to date string. So blog data dot created at will be equals to created at dot to date string. And in the props, we're gonna pass the MDX source and the blog data. So let's go to the component and let's destructure the props, MDX source and the blog data. And here I will just remove these divs. I will pass a fragment and I will insert the MDX remote component, and I'll just spread out the MDX source. So let's see what we have. So let's just refresh this page. Alright, so we have an error that the comment should not be like HTML, the comment should be like JSX. It worked in the previous versions. I guess they have changed that. So I'm just gonna change the comments behind the scenes and I will come back when I'm done. Alright, so I have changed the blog comments behind the scenes and we have a page like this, and this page is completely static. Even though it doesn't have any kind of style, it is using normal HTML tags without any style. We also have this code without any syntax highlighting, okay? And we're gonna style them in the next video. And before I end this video, I want to create the blog head of our blog page, the banner image, the title and stuff like that. So I will create another component inside the blog directory of the components. I will call it blog head.jsx. And again, let's create a component. And actually I will move this tab to my browser workspace. And we need to import some component. So I'm just gonna paste that code. And now the blog head will take some props. And again, I will paste the code. So our blog head will take these props. So let's return a component. I will return a fragment. And let's use the VStack, vertical stack. Again, it will be used as a link box. It will be similar to our blog preview card. Then we need spacing of 1 rem, align to center, and we need margin 2 rem for top and bottom and 0 for left and right. And now we need to use the box component. Again, width will be 100%. And then the image component, we're gonna use the source. It will be banner. Width will be 16 and height will be 9. Then layout will be responsive. Alt will be alt text. Then object fit to cover. And for now I will import the blog head in the slug. So import blog head from components /blog/blog head, and I will add the blog head, and I'll spread out the blog data. Alright, so we have the banner image. So let's go to blog head and let's add a heading after the box. We're gonna add the title. Then we're gonna add some font size. And it will be an object. An object because I want to make it responsive. For the base breakpoint, I want the size to be 4XL. And these are just the theme value. These are not valid CSS value. And again, MD 6XL. Then align center. And finally, we need to use the horizontal stack. We're gonna add the text component. I'll copy it 2 more times. First, it will be created at. Then it will be the views, total views. And then we want to add the reading time. And to the H stack, we will add some props. Spacing will be 1 rem. Wrap will be wrap. The wrap prop is for the flex wrap property. Transform will be uppercase. Okay, so our blog head is ready. It is looking pretty good. Alright, so that's it for today. In the next video, we're going to style our blog page. We're going to style the page with Chakra-UI components. We're also going to add embed components like YouTube videos, tweets, GitHub gits, and so on. So if the video has been helpful for you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.